Hello everyone, my name is Clownish Joe, and welcome to episode 1 of our Let's Play series for Honey, I Joined a Cult. So this is a colony management game developed by Soul Survivor Games and published by Team 17. If you are a fan of the podcast, you know I'm a huge fan of management style games and play a bunch of Oxygen Not Included, Prison Architect, RimWorld, but the silly charm of this game particularly stood out and made me want to film a Let's Play series here for it. And this game is still in early access on Steam, so this is not a final product, and there may be some changes to the game throughout updates that we see along our journey here to grow our cult. And I have played through the tutorial already, so that way we could hop right in and get a new cult created. Alright, so we got our cult made up here. We are going to be the cult of Cryentology, and we are going to be worshipping the all-seeing Tyr. We do have our leader here of Tom Booze. Tom Booze was once a famous actor who got into a bad drinking habit, ended up depressing himself, and wants to make the world as miserable as him. Our cultists are going to be known as the Criers, and our holy room, the Temple of Tears, where we worship to the big Tyr. But outside of that, let's get right into it. Alright, we get in here, we got the saddest Tom Booze, along with our new followers, Archie Thompson, Joanne Morley, Sabrina Finch, and Amy Leaf. First thing we're going to need to do is get a room built for our reception area, and try to build this somewhere right along the entrance here, make it a decent size. 10 by 6 looks about good to me. And we are going to have to room this up to make it the main lobby. And let's get ourselves a lobby desk in here to be able to accept some new followers. Need some doors to let everyone in. Got quite a few options. Let's go with a door with a window, make it look a little homely. That way we can get our new followers through. On top of that, we will need anything else? No. Okay, so we will need to get some bedrooms for our 5 followers here. So where do we want to put those? So what I'm thinking of here is probably coming back to my Prison Architect days, but our main follower building right in the center in the back. Maybe have our canteen somewhere right behind the main reception here. Kind of make like a big yard in between with buildings sprawled in between, as well as some along the edges here. So I'm thinking maybe we come down and around for the bedrooms, have them go around the entire outskirts here. So let's go ahead and get that placed in. So let's go start out by 20 by 10. Let's get this walled back up. We don't want to have a reception coming into that. And leave a 2 wide path. And how large do we want to go for bedrooms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go 5 by 5. Leave it a nice square. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You go on a 6th. So we are going to need to add a bit more foundation this way here. Let's just take it all the way over. And won't let us. We've got to leave one space along the edge. Okay. So we are spending a lot of money right off the bat, which is okay. We'll make it back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Oh, that one does not look correct. So let's go ahead and get that adjusted. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms. And then we will also need a restroom as well as an exit, so we don't need everybody walking all that way every time. Let's go ahead and get this taken care of. And we can make it into a large restroom. That way we could... we'll actually make a path on the end here as well. Whoops. Go ahead and plug that back in. Okay. That way we have a few different exits, and we would also be able to extend our housing up the side here whenever we gain some more criers. Alright. Let's get some doors. Don't need anybody really peeking into the bedroom, so we'll keep one without the window. And go with the same door for the restroom as well. So let's go ahead and get these rooms plotted out. We have our bathroom. And we'll get all of our bedrooms placed as well. Okay. So for the bedroom, looks like we need a dirty mattress and a storage cardboard box. I know you can make bedrooms and have multiple people sleep in the same room, but here at the Church of Cryentology, we're not into that. We like to make sure we keep our people separate. So for the restroom, let's see, a bucket and string for our shower. Very, very high quality showering in the Church of Cryentology, and we use the toilet simply by using a bucket. Okay, so we got our bedrooms, we got our restroom placed. We are going to need a way to get into these buildings, so let's go ahead and get some doors there for that. To the outside we can get some nice window doors, and we'll place them. We're only going to worry about the two for right now because we're probably going to build off of this room in the future. Okay, and what other rooms do we need here? It looks like we're going to need a canteen, a Temple of Tears, and a meditation studio. So like I said, I'm thinking Temple of Tears in the back here that we could expand in the future. We don't need to build it too large currently, as well as our canteen being quite centered, or we could even go with the canteen down on this bottom right side here. You know, let's try it down on the bottom right side. Something different that I don't normally do in these type of games. Put a canteen on the outside. We're not really trying to keep anybody hostage in the cult here, although we definitely don't want anyone leaving. We need some of their wonderful money and faith. But yeah, let's go ahead and get something put down into the canteen. We could definitely go with some doors here. We could even go with the hallway system like we have on the other side to match it. Let's go ahead and do that. And we'll say that's probably a good size for our canteen, and then we'll have this room for something else in the future. Maybe the kitchen whenever we get down to that route. To canteen, we'll go double doors. Need quite a few people going in and out of that, I'm sure. And this also makes us a nice little entryway that we'll be able to decorate up whenever we have some extra spending cash. And that way, nobody could just walk in unless they're able to walk along that one tile path on the outside, which I unfortunately can't cover up. We'll do 2 serving tables, although I don't think we have anything that we could serve at the moment. And then we'll do... I made this... we're going to actually expand this one more just because I'm a bit particular in terms of making sure everything looks flush. So we'll make it one larger. And we should be able to place it there. Yes. And then we do need to expand our room size. So we had the canteen. Make that a bit bigger. And then go back to objects, move this over 1. Then we need a vending machine, as well as a water cooler. So our people are going to be eating only out of the vending machine right off the bat, until we are able to get a kitchen up and running, which we could use this room over here for. I think I like how that lays out. So then we still have 2 rooms left to build. We have our main lobby, or no, we did make our main lobby. We have our Temple of Tears, as well as the meditation studio. Temple of Tears recommended to be an 11 by an 11. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a building placed here. If it's 11 by 11, we need it to be, what, a 13 by 13? Well, I'm not sure if they actually go by the interior or exterior dimensions. But let's go by like 14 by 14. What do we have here? 10? So if we go from this point, we could even go with the temple right in the center. I don't hate that idea either. Yeah, let's try it. Let's see what we can turn this into here. So we'll say from there to there we got, what, 16? Yeah, 16. It should be a good start. We'll go 16 by 12. And then it's 12 wide, so the middle 4. Give it a little pop out. I don't think that's 4 though. That's only 3. That'll be 4. Okay. That way we can put like our lectern and our idols up here just to make it, you know, look a little bit more church-like. And doors into the church. We'll have 2 doors along the edge here. Maybe just 1 door. No, 2 doors. Why does this not seem to add up? 1, 2, 3. Because it gives us 3 since it's 4 wide. Okay. Not a problem. So then we would need to assign the room of the Temple of Tears. Okay. And then we get to choose a lectern. Do we want to go with the wood look or the white? I'm a bit particular to the white here for the Temple of Tears, so we'll put our lectern in the front, as well as we'll put an idol alongside the great tier, and then we'll get some pews put through, make sure everybody has a good view here. Probably overdoing it on pews, but I'd rather have more than necessary. As we expand, we're gonna have more followers coming in. Okay, so then the last room we'll have, actually, are we able to, let's see, objects, 4, yeah, let's get some nice paving stones, so our new followers have a way into reception that they could follow here. Eventually we will put paving stones throughout to make some nice walking paths, but at this point we just don't have the money for that. Okay. And the last room we have is the meditation area. So we went with brick walls for everything else. Do we want to go with some concrete for the meditation area? I don't even hate building off of... No, we want the Temple of Tears to be a solo experience. We'll put our meditation room down in here, and we're going to stick with the brick. I think that's a good look, and just put a nice small room down here. We want to keep everything too wide for our walking paths at least, so I feel like this is a good spot we could slip her in. And then with the meditation room, we do want it to be a little private, so we'll put just a standard door, no window. And let's get that room assigned here. We definitely have a lot of build time to start off the series here, but we are going to get up and rolling here in just a few moments. We'll get a few meditation mats in here. Maximum. Okay, we can only have 5 mats in the room, so turned out to be the perfect size. Leave a nice little walkway in there, and we'll come back and decorate that up at some point. But we are starting to run a little bit low on cash here, so is there anything I'm forgetting? Let's double check. We got 1 room, 5 bedrooms, 1 canteen, 1 lobby, 1 Temple of Tears, 1 meditation studio, 1 Temple of Tears. We got what seems to be everything. So let's go ahead and take a look at our criers here, take a look at their stats. So it does look like Archie Thompson actually has 2 skills in the bluffing. And Amy Leaf pretty much won across the board. She seems to be an average quality. Everyone else seems to be very poor. So Amy will probably be with us for the long run, and we'll see how long the other 3 make it with us. But let's take a look at the schedules. So in the main lobby, we want somebody who's good at bluffing and social. So we're actually going to go ahead and put Archie in there with his 2 bluffing skill. And then in the Temple of Tears, we're going to want to go ahead and put Amy. And then for the meditation studio, Joanne sounds like a good name for somebody leading the meditation, but we don't want anybody else hosting the temple, and we do want people to help in the Temple of Tears, but we do want Amy to not take place in there. Meditation studio, we don't want Amy in there either, but we will leave Joanne and Archie able to help each other out if necessary, as well as Sabrina being able to help both out. And we take a look at the schedule. Tom Booze does whatever he wants. We are going to move our sermon time. They didn't have me move it in the tutorial, but to me it just seems like it would be a good idea to get our people in early, potentially, to have their sermon to brighten them up through the day, but I do know it tires them out. So maybe we leave it towards later in the day, but we pull it back a little bit. But we do want to split up some schedules here, so let's go ahead and shift them just a tiny bit. That way they have break time at separate times and not rushing to use the restroom at the same time, since we do only have 3 buckets for them to use. Okay. Seems like everybody's in a good mood here. I'm sure that'll go downhill fast based off how these games typically go for me. But I think our call's to a good point. Let's get it started. Okay. Looks like Archie has to use the toilet as soon as he walked in. Guess he couldn't do that at home before he got here, but we do have Joanne going straight to work, making some butterfly circles in the air, getting her stretches in, I guess. And we have Amy up here waiting to preach to the pews. But we do have some... Oh, it looks like we do have somebody go into reception here. This might end up being our first follower, but we don't have anybody currently working. So wait, 7:55. I mean, this should be on our schedule as something we should be currently at, correct? Yeah. Where are our receptionists? Archie, there he comes. He's on his way to work. Alright, Archie, what do you got for us here? Looks like he's doing some convincing. 2 people right off the bat. Can't complain too much about this. Oh, why am I here again? Donald did not want to hear the way of the all-seeing tear. Well, it does look like we have our first follower here, Sophie Hernandez. So it does look like she's quite happy and quite healthy. No recruit progress yet, but we will be able to turn her into a crier if that does get filled up. And it does look like she went in to see Amy in the... Well, I don't like that door opens a bit backwards and stays open when someone sits there, so we may end up having to move this back a row in the future, but not something I'm too worried about right now with our current cash situation. Here, quote, "We did not burn him." Oh, okay. I don't want to ask anymore. That's between her and him. Her current job is she's a spice zombie. She joined on day 1. Time traveler from the past. So, we got that going for us. And she's being remotely controlled by cats and claims to be 162 years old, so ideally we want some younger folks, but we aren't going to go the route of banishing her here. And it does seem like she's up there giving us some money as well as some influence. Never a bad thing. And it looks like we got another follower, Cow Hutch. It looks like he's going to do some meditating. We got a weird bus horn here. We got more people coming in and visiting Archie in the front desk. But yeah, we seems like we're starting to make some money. We're never going to complain about that. It looks like Joanne Morley has to use the restroom once again, and Amy as well. But where is our... What's our last crier's name? Amy, Archie, Sabrina. Where's Sabrina? Let's find where she's at currently, because she's doing a whole lot of nothing for us right now. So let's actually send her on our first mission here. So acquire materials and objects at the university in order to create a research office. Okay. Due to the fact that we're gaining money, I'm not sure the legality of this, but we are going to send Sabrina. Looks like she has a 100% chance to get that finished here for us. So she's going to gain some experience. Alright, let's send her off. She's on her way traveling. And they did add this nice little map system for doing some missions. This is not something that was I'm familiar with in Prison Architect or Rimworld. Well, Rimworld does have the open map, but a bit different. But we have like the casino, the bank, some bars, newspaper offices, factories, power plants. And I'm sure we'll see a lot more of this throughout the game as we do some other missions. It does look like Joanne and Amy having their lunch break at the moment. Archie just walking away as a new potential follower walks in. Gotta love our customer service skills. But looks like we're up to 5 followers here, and they're praying to nobody at the moment, but still giving us money, so we're not going to complain too much here. But once we get that mission complete here, we should be able to build our research office, which will help us in the long run by being able to create some new and interesting buildings as well as decoration options. We haven't done too much decoration yet, but let's take a look at that, see if we can't spruce up our front yard a bit here. Put like little gardens on the side potentially. Okay. Let's see. What a tree. Okay, trees are a bit big. The bush doesn't look bad. We'll do 2 little bushes. And then it's just zigzags of flowers through here. $200 per flower is quite expensive. I'm probably going to regret this in a few minutes, but yeah, we're out of money already. There's the most expensive flowers. They must be imported from Madagascar. Madagascar hissing violets and tulips. Once again, we just have people coming in and nobody to help them, but it does look like our mission is complete. I may have missed that here for us. And let's turn it in. Nice little jingle. Got a success. We're able to build the research office with all the money we just wasted on flowers. So that'll be a bit before we're able to do that. We got new rooms. That's the research office. I do want to finish up this decor here before we get too crazy into building anything else. But yeah, and down to $300 again. It's going to take us some time to build that back up. It does seem like we're starting to come towards the end of the day. But yes, we did want to take a look at moving our sermon time. I feel like 10 o'clock's a bit late. Let's bump it back to like 8 o'clock. Looks like we're going to have a 3 quality. And yeah, we're just going to do the standard type. I'm not 100% sure what the purple one there is, but it says ultra required. So it doesn't look like it's going to cost us any influence for our first sermon, but it is going to cost Tom Booz some mood as well as energy. We don't have a theme yet that I'm aware of, and I'm not 100% familiar with that, so I'm sure it's something we'll come to in the future. Sabrina Finch finally covering the front door and leaving immediately. But Tom Booz just living his life, not helping anybody out. Everyone's here to please him. Maybe he's practicing his scripting for his next acting gig. Let's see, what other... We got some new objects. The research desk, which would take us broke immediately, as well as a supercomputer. Anything else that we gathered from our first mission here? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, we got Archie back at the front desk. Doesn't look like anyone's coming in. We're going to go ahead and speed up time to double the speed. We may have to place some more restrooms throughout the compound. I'm seeing that this is quite a hike to get for everyone to get to. Bit of an oversight on my part, but I'm sure we'll have a few of them throughout once we get some more funding. It seems like we're still at 5 followers. We got Bella Weiss, Donald Torrance, Jasmine Anderson, Kyle Hutch, and Sophie Hernandez. Sophie Hernandez looks like she got a green trait, which I'm going to assume is a good trait. Maybe red's bad and yellow's neutral, or they're all question marks, so I don't really know. Is there a way for me to find out? Pool of Revelations. I'm assuming that's something through the tech tree at some point, but the tech tree in this game is massive. I haven't looked too deep into it as I didn't want to spoil much for myself, but it is something that we're going to come along in the future. Need the Leader's Sanctum, which I do know is in the tech tree. Alright, our first sermon is complete, so that's day 1 coming to an end, just about. Spent quite a bit of money, pretty much took us down to nothing. Gained a bit of faith and a good chunk of influence, 42, not too bad. Have our 4 criers as well as Tom Booz, and our 5 followers, and our cult happiness looking pretty good at the moment. It could be better, but we're not going to complain. But it looks like we got time for a rebrand. Your choice of cult uniform might have felt... Our choice of cult uniform is the way. We got a nice little dress shirt and tie. If you're having seconds, yeah, we're not going to be customizing anything along those lines, at least right now. Maybe if something happens in the future and, you know, we end up getting raided by the feds, we end up rebranding, try to hide ourselves, pretend we're not the same people, but... Bella Weiss powering down for the night, heading home. Her quote, I can't, I can. Oh, I can, I can't. And she's a hand pumper, so she can only see orange. It sounds quite unfortunate. Composed entirely of straw and sticks, so she is a scarecrow. It's quite interesting. But with night coming along, we're going to go ahead and speed up time. Everyone's going to grab their midnight snack. And I'm sure we're going to be heading to bed here soon. But for tomorrow, I think we're going to go ahead and start, ideally get some money to be able to start building up that research room. And if not, we may end up just having to, split over here and make a small kitchen as well as a small research room, because we are going to need to start getting that tech, or our folks are going to get quite bored. Yeah, it looks like funds already starting to drop down, but so we are going to need to get something like a recreation room for them to have some games to play, keep their morale high. Sleeping on a dirty mattress on the floor and keeping all your belongings in a cardboard box might not be the best way to keep people into your church. But so far we got a nice build going on the front. We'll be able to decorate that up in the future, like I said. We did leave everything too wide so we could put some decorations throughout the hallway, as well as still have people able to walk through. Looks like everyone's heading to the bathroom using that nice bucket and a string to get a shower. Not a peeping Tom or anything, but just want to see how everything works. And it seems like the bucket and string is probably not the most sanitary way to take a shower, but it'll get the job done. Everyone heading off for breakfast and off to work. It looks like our followers showing up bright and early here at 7:45. Get some early morning meditation. Looks like we have a potential new follower coming in. See what Archie could do here. The more followers, the more money. And it doesn't seem like there's a negative effect to them as long as we have the room built to... Oh, it does look like he wants to follow. Or did he follow? Aiden Quint. Yeah, he did. He looks like he came, joined the church, donated some money, and then head home. More power to him. We'll see him in the future, I'm sure. But yeah, like I was saying, it seems like the more followers, the better. That more followers equals more income and more influence. And more income is always good. I'm not 100% sure why we're not preaching here. Amy's heading off to grab an early lunch. So we did make them take a different lunch break already, so that's not a tutorial tip we need. Okay, let's go ahead and more followers pouring in here. Looks like meditating early in the morning is going to be a hot seller at the moment. But yeah, we're coming up to, the main money-making time of day 2. The more I think about it, the more I'm liking the idea of turning this over here into 2 smaller rooms and making one of them into our research room. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll leave the smaller side for the research room because I don't believe much has to go in there. And research, we're going to go ahead and do green door for research. That way they know it's more of a staff room. And let's go ahead and get that plotted down. 7x7 recommendation, I don't think we need that until we really start decorating. And it does look like we have enough to get our research desk as well as our supercomputer put in. So now we're able to do some research. And let's get a maintenance room first thing. That way if anything breaks down, we're able to get that repaired. And we are going to need to assign somebody to work in there. So let's go ahead and get... let's have Sabrina focus in there. And we don't want Amy anywhere but the Temple of Tears, but the other 3 are able to help each other out, and it does look like we have some level up points to spend, so... Alright, Joanne Morley. She's the one who's currently running our meditation room, so with meditation, we want empathy and retail. So let's go ahead and put a point into one of each. And then we do have someone else, which is Archie. Archie's our front door man, so I believe it's going to be bluffing as well as social for Archie. He already does have 2 into bluffing, so let's go ahead and put 2 into social. Try to increase that. We handled our level ups, and we handled our priority list. So we do got Sabrina in here doing some research. These people eat quite often. We definitely are going to need to get a cafeteria, actual kitchen built as soon as possible. Maybe be a little more filling for them. Just noticing the little salt and pepper and ketchup bottle on the tables. It's a cute little detail. But it looks like there's food in these serving tables to me. I'm not 100% sure why they don't like to use them, but that stuff will probably going bad at this point. If it's been sitting out for a day and a half now. But yeah, we're still on 2 speed. We got money coming in. We got our research room built. We're doing our research, looking for a maintenance room, which I think we're going to go ahead and add on down here. So we want 2 wide for the hallway. And let's go ahead and make it quite large here. I'd rather overdo it than underdo it. So we're going to leave our exit here. I don't have the money to build the door, or a wall. Okay, now we do. We're getting there. It's definitely going to take some time. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a rec room. We're going to need one of those. And the funding is not on our side at the moment, so we definitely need to... Okay. Definitely need to get that rolling. And as we gain up to 11 followers now, looks like we're on a good pace to keep adding that up. Jasmine's almost ready to be recruited, but we don't even have money to add on a bedroom, so she may be sleeping with a friend for the first few nights with us if we do end up recruiting her. Some more level ups available here for Amy. And Temple of Tears. We need to bluffing and public speaking. We don't bluff to our followers, we just extend the truth here in the Temple of Tears. So Tom Booze coming in to do his lecture. Let's see what he has to say. All hail the all-seeing tear. Yes, we do hail the tear. All hail Cryentology. It's definitely just a church, no cult about it. All glory Tom Booze. A bit conceited if I do say so myself, but Tom Booze liking to be the center of attention with his acting career, so nothing out of the ordinary for him. New room available. We got our maintenance room. We do have a bit of money, so a crier was injured. Oh, whoa. Dirty hands while eating. Joanne Morley. 8 hours. No required treatment. -1 penalty to all skills. She has a throbbing forehead. Well, maybe you should wash your hands in the little feeding trough a little bit better over here, because well, they do look quite dirty if you have a good look at them, so maybe that's something we need to get fixed in the near future. Others require me to... City Hospital or on-site medical ward, we don't have either of those right now. Yeah, getting sick from eating with dirty hands. We're all too aware of that situation, so let's go ahead and close this room up. For the maintenance room, we'll stay with the green door. And let's go ahead and get this roomed off. We do want to get some maintenance up and running as soon as possible. Sleepy time, there's no keep your cars up all night. Yep. Go ahead and let them head home, head to bed. And what do we got going into this room? So $600 to get everything. Do we require all three? It does look like we do. So we're gonna have to wait. We don't want to spend all our money or else our people won't be able to buy anything from the vending machine and eat. But with it being nighttime here, I think this is going to be a good spot to call to an end of episode 1 for Honey, I Joined a Cult. The game's amazing. If you're a big fan of colony management games, it's going to get a little more extra in terms of goofiness, but yeah, it's really fun. I'm enjoying it so far. Like I said, it is early access, so I'm sure there's going to be more content added, but everything so far seems wonderful. We got our nice little entry area that we're going to spruce up a little bit more once we have the cash. Kind of adding on to our hallways down here for our main living quarters, as well as it seems like the other half of the living quarters, as well as some office jobs. Things may end up moving around as we expand, but as of right now, I like the idea of having it being an enclosed space, so not anybody could just walk in and, you know, prance around our property here, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and end it here. Going to try and get an episode out once a week here for everyone, and that'll be it for today's episode, so I will see you on the next one. Thank you for stopping in.